You think Allah's pleasure is shown through blessings, through ease, through life going your way. But Ibn al-Qayyim said something far more terrifying and far more beautiful. When Allah is pleased with a servant, He opens the paths of guidance inside their heart, even if the world around them is collapsing. So the real question is not, is my life easy, but is my heart being guided? Because there are signs, subtle, hidden, impossible to fake, that reveal whether Allah is truly pleased with you. And once you see them, you can never unsee them. And today, I want to show you those signs. Not the ones people talk about casually, but the ones Ibn al-Qayyim said come directly from the heart's connection to Allah. Before we continue, take 1 second. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Not for the numbers, but because guidance spreads through small actions. And maybe, this will be the video that pulls someone back to Allah. Now, let's begin with the first sign. Ibn al-Qayyim said that one of the clearest signs of Allah's pleasure is not that life becomes easier, but that your heart starts running back to Allah when things get harder. Most people, when they're tested, collapse inward. They numb themselves, distract themselves, or drown in their own thoughts. But when Allah is pleased with you, something different happens, something you can't explain to anyone. Your hardship pushes you toward Him, not away from Him. You find yourself making dua without planning to. You wake up in the middle of the night with a heaviness you can't ignore, and your heart whispers, "Say His name." So you do. And Ibn al-Qayyim said, a calamity that brings you back to Allah is better than a blessing that makes you forget Him. This is the first sign. A sign most people overlook, because on the outside, it looks like your life is falling apart. But on the inside, your soul is being rebuilt. And if this is happening to you, there's something much bigger about to unfold. Because the second sign goes even deeper, and it's something Allah places in the hearts of only a few. Ibn al-Qayyim said, there is a type of mercy that almost no one recognizes, because it doesn't look like mercy at all. It looks like closed doors, failed plans, people walking away, opportunities slipping through your fingers no matter how hard you try. But here is the part that shakes the soul. When Allah loves a servant, He protects him from harming himself, even if the servant doesn't understand it. Think about that for a moment. There were sins you wanted to fall into, but something stopped you. A distraction, a delay, a sudden change of heart. There were people you begged Allah for, and today you realize their presence in your life would have destroyed you. There were jobs, friendships, relationships, risks that you chased with your full energy, and Allah blocked them, not to punish you, not to humiliate you, but because He was pleased with you and refused to let you walk toward your own ruin. Sometimes Allah's pleasure shows up as a no, a painful, confusing, unanswered no. But that no was protection. It was love. It was Allah shielding you from consequences you couldn't see. And here is the part Ibn al-Qayyim emphasized. Being turned away from a sin you were capable of committing is one of the greatest signs of Allah's care for you. So if your life has these strange moments where things fall apart before you do something you would later regret, don't mistake it for rejection. It might be Allah pulling you back
with a kind of mercy you understand in hindsight. And the next sign is something even rarer, because it doesn't show in your circumstances, it shows in your soul. There is a moment, a very quiet moment, when you're about to commit a sin, or you've just committed one, and something inside you refuses to settle. Ibn al-Qayyim said, "When Allah is pleased with a servant, He does not let the heart find comfort in disobedience."
Subhanallah. This is one of the most powerful signs, not that you're perfect, not that you never slip, but that sin no longer feels sweet. It no longer feels worth it. You can't enjoy it the way you used to. You try, but the heart rejects it. It becomes heavy, uncomfortable, uneasy, like a guest sitting in a room where they know they don't belong. And here's the secret. That discomfort is not guilt. It's not anxiety. It's not overthinking. It is Allah protecting your heart from hardening. It is Allah keeping your fitrah alive. Some people sin and feel nothing. Some sin and feel pleasure. That is a terrifying state. But you, if Allah allows your heart to react, even with pain, even with regret, that is a mercy disguised as sorrow. Because Ibn al-Qayyim said, "A heart that sins and returns is better than a heart that sins and feels nothing." So if you find yourself uncomfortable after slipping, if even a small sin disturbs your soul, don't underestimate this. It's a sign Allah still sees goodness in you, a sign He hasn't left you, a sign He still wants you close. But the next sign, this one is even more intimate. It isn't just about gratitude. It's about the way your heart reacts to others. Ibn al-Qayyim emphasized that a heart truly pleasing to Allah does not stop at personal piety. The one whose heart is softened for the sake of others, Allah's pleasure rests upon them. Notice the pattern. You no longer feel anger as strongly. You forgive when forgiveness is difficult.
You show patience with those who irritate or harm you. You care for the weak, the lost, the forgotten, not for recognition, but because it stirs your heart. This is more than good manners. This is a sign that Allah is shaping your soul to reflect His attributes. Compassion, mercy, patience, these are not just moral traits. They are signs that Allah is pleased, quietly molding you from the inside. Ibn al-Qayyim said, "He who shows mercy to creation while remaining in obedience to Allah has found one of the strongest indications of divine pleasure." And here's the subtle truth. The more your heart bends toward mercy and selflessness, the less it clings to worldly desires. But the next sign, the final, most personal one, is something only your soul can feel. It's silent, yet it changes everything. Ibn al-Qayyim taught that the ultimate sign of Allah's pleasure is inner peace that cannot be shaken by the world. Not a temporary relief, not a fleeting comfort, but a deep, unshakable serenity that lives in your heart, even when everything around you is chaos. Think about it. Your wealth may vanish, but worry no longer dominates you. People may betray or leave, but your trust in Allah remains. Trials may hit relentlessly, yet your heart rests in Him. This is not a reward for perfect deeds. It is a sign of Allah's closeness, a gift reserved for those whose hearts are sincerely attached to Him. Ibn al-Qayyim said, "The heart at peace with Allah is richer than the world and safer than any fortress. This is the ultimate pleasure Allah bestows upon His servants." if you feel this quietly within, if you feel a calm when making dua, a longing for His remembrance, a serenity no one can give, congratulations, your heart has received the greatest sign of all. Allah's pleasure is not measured by comfort, wealth, or fame. It is measured by the state of your heart and how closely it clings to Him, alone, sincerely, and with longing. Remember, these signs may be subtle, but they are real. They are guidance, they are love. So if you see them in your life, cherish them, guard your heart, and never forget to turn back to Allah in gratitude, sincerity, and hope. Take a moment and reflect. Are you noticing these signs in your life? Even the smallest whispers in your heart, moments of guidance, mercy, discomfort with sin, longing for Allah, are proof that He is pleased with you. Don't take them lightly. Guard them. Nourish them with zikr, sincere dua, and obedience, because a heart that carries Allah's pleasure is the most precious treasure anyone can have. If this video touched your heart, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Your small action could be the spark that brings someone closer to Allah. And remember, the signs are subtle, but they are there. Pay attention, reflect, be grateful, and let your heart always remain close to Allah. May Allah accept your efforts, guide your heart, and grant you His eternal pleasure. Ameen.